Hi crafters, it's Karen. I have a project to share. It's a 5x7 canvas and I used my vintage vanity paper stack by Prima that Janice had sent me for my birthday. Thank you so much, Janice. This is one of the Prima pads by Finnabar. Really beautiful distressed sheets in here, beautiful colors, but the sheets that I used look like this. I used the blue for the sky and this for the wall, you'll see. So that's the paper that I used. And this is the canvas. It's really cute, I think. So this is the Holtz window die. So what I did was I didn't have to prepare this canvas, you know, with gesso or anything. So I started, the first thing I did was I took my Holtz window and I placed it on the canvas and outlined where the window was going to be. And then I set it aside and I tore strips of this paper here for the outside of the window, you know, for the wall. If you could see the different variation of the papers there, I just tore random sheets. And then for the inside of the window, knowing, you know, that it was going to be looking out, I wanted something that would, you know, resemble sky, have a bluish tint. So I used this piece and made smaller strips, tore smaller strips and layered them on the inside, you know, of the square. So I did that. Then I went and I applied the strips with my gel medium rather than Mod Podge because the gel medium is thicker and I just preferred it better for this particular project. After everything was adhered with the gel medium, I sprayed the canvas with Don't Eat Golden Snow from Lindy's Stamp Gang, and it gave it a soft, sort of a goldish shimmer. So I did that, and then I took my brick template by the Crafters Workshop, this one, and I used my modeling paste and went all around the window with the brick. And this is what my mistake was. I was preparing this side of the window, you know, where we would be, as if this was the outside of the house, but yet the window was looking outside. So that was my mistake, but I think I made it work. So, you know, where we are is the inside of the house, looking outside to the trees, the branches, and this is part of that Holtz branch on tree, no, sorry, bird on branch, you know, Sizzix die, and I just cut the branches off so that they would be outside on the other side of the window, and I adhered those with glossy accents after I had sprayed them with my Lindy's Stamp Gang and gave them a good, you know, look to them, brownish look to them. So that's what I did. And then I did my brick with the modeling paste, and then I adhered for the window, I painted it with white gesso, then went over it with white acrylic paint, a thin layer, and then I sprayed it with this Dilutions ink spray. It's called something linen, white linen, and this is a really nice white spray. So I sprayed the window, and then I accented all around the window with my vintage photo distress ink, just to look like, you know, that the window needed painting or something, I don't know. So I did that. And then I did my modeling paste, and then because I couldn't use the window box because, like I said, the window is already looking outside, I decided to use this piece, this little urn, and This is from the Dusty Attic, and I got this from Vero's scrapbook, and it was one of the little urns here, this one. It's a thick chipboard piece, and I sprayed it with my Lindy Stamp Gang cardboard color. I painted it with gesso first and then sprayed it, and you can see the etching in the urn there. So then I layered this. The window is up on pop dots, you know, so that it's dimensional. And I wanted the urn to be, you know, farther out than the window to give it more dimension. So I doubled up on my pop dots for the urn. And then for the flowers, these little roses are all I Am Roses, and they come from this, it's called a pastel pack. And they're the R2 roses, really, I think they're like 1/4 of an inch, really sweet pastel colors here. So I used those, and I layered them on top of these Recollection flowers, and what I did was I just folded them in half, all different sizes, and then tucked them behind the urn so that, you know, the roses, you could see them in the back there. And then I used my Diamond Dyes fern dye and stuck a couple of them back there just for some greenery. And I just layered my roses and my flat petals around so the urn looked full. I added this spray that I received in Iraq, really sweet, and adhered that in. And this is a Wild Orchid Craft spray here with the acrylic pieces on it, really sweet. And I just started layering my little rosebuds. You know, I made one so that it looked like it was falling out of the urn, and a couple on the floor here that had fallen out because it was just overflowing. And the curtain here is some of this trim from Hobby Lobby that I had tea stained, and I put 2 layers of it on the top for a curtain, or a valance, I should say. And then after everything was done, I went over the flowers a little bit with gesso, and I just put some gesso on my finger, and you know, went over this outside wall and within the window and the flowers with gesso. And then after that was dry, I used my coarse texture gel from Hobby Lobby, and this is really, really cool. It's a lot like Snow Tex. It's very light, and I just, you know, went over everything with it. I put some here on the corner of the windowsill so it looked like snow had gathered on the outside. I put some on the tree back there, if you could see that. And then I just went, you know, just for extra texture. I also used some of the dry distressed glitter from Tim Holtz and rubbed some glitter all over the piece. So that's my canvas. That's pretty much what I did. So even though, you know, I had the wrong perspective, I think it turned out all right, where, you know, you could tell you're on the inside of the house, you know, because of the curtain and the urn, and you're looking outside to a cold winter day, I guess. So I think it came out cute. So that's my little canvas. If you have any questions as to anything else that I used, leave it in the comments and I will get back to you. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye now.